Before we start today's video, check out our merch shop, linked in the description down below. Use code Ahsoka in all caps to get $7 off your order. May the Force be with you, and enjoy the vid.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
The Acolyte mess only seems to get more, well, messy, unfortunately, as time goes on. We're going to be discussing it, breaking it down for you guys in today's video, as one of the Acolyte actors has recently come forward to press down onto Lucasfilm as of to why they weren't there to protect their actors when it comes to the Acolyte. Guys, we're going to go ahead, as I had mentioned, we're going to hop right on into it, break it all down for you guys, everything that we know and everything that we would be anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from StarWarsNewsNet.com as an overall garnering source. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As a read, the Acolyte star Jodie Turner-Smith has recently taken to call out Disney for not protecting their actors when it comes to the Acolyte. Jodie Turner-Smith has accused Disney of not doing enough to support the cast of the Acolyte in particular when they were being harassed online during the show's run. In a recent interview with Glamour over Forbes, Turner-Smith had talked about the effort that Amanda Steinberg had put into doing some of her best work on the show, and she apparently wrote an essay on her character's motivations and personalities as well, only for Disney not to put the effort in to repay that dedication when it really truly mattered. As she says, in quote, "She put so much care and thoughts and love into that, and it's disappointing to feel like your studio is not having your back in a very public-facing way. They've got to stop doing this thing where they don't say anything when people are getting effing dogpiled on the internet and racism and BS. It's just not fair to not say anything. It's really unfair. It would just be nice if the people that have all the money were showing their support and putting their feet down. Say that this is unacceptable. You're not a fan if you do this, essentially. Make a really big statement and just see if any money leaves. I bet you it won't, because people of color, and especially black people, make up a very large percentage of buying power. They might find that it's actually more lucrative for them, but everyone's using woke like it's a dirty word." Ending that quote right there. And wow, that is a lot to unbuckle from right there. First things first, I'll say that she's right, honestly, in every facing way from that quote. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, I agree with all of that, of how the studio needs to be there and to protect them. They can't just face the other way, and they should make statements like that, saying that this is simply unacceptable to be, this hateful towards a fictional show at the end of the day as well, saying that, you're not a true fan if you do this, essentially. They did do this, I think, when Obi-Wan Kenobi had its run back in 2022, and it kind of stopped, and it did kind of help, I think, as well at the end of the day. It's kind of also hard to remember back, but it made a difference, is the importance of it. And not even the fact of that it makes a difference, it's just the fact of the big studio being there by the side of their actors and being there to help them out as well. Just taking that stand, making that effort at the end of the day is what truly, really matters. I can't completely agree with the fact of that it's going to be more lucrative for them and everything of that nature. I think that in itself creates a bit of just a diversity struggle there at the same time. It goes both ways, is where I'll say and where I'll leave it. Jodie Turner-Smith is the first cast member of the Star Wars project in a while to really come out and, well, challenge Disney on its responsibility, and I prop to her for that. To support its talent in the face of online adversity, John Boyega has spoken about the similar things in the past. The Acolyte may not be moving forward, but perhaps Disney can learn a thing or two about what its stars require from them as the big studio. It should be pointed out that Disney had released a short statement and had Ewan McGregor record a message for the Star Wars social media account supporting Moses Ingram when she had become the target of racist abuse during the Obi-Wan Kenobi show's run. And that's what I was discussing earlier on. They really should have done the same thing for the Acolyte. John Boyega had even acknowledged that this was an improvement on Disney's attitude and side of things towards the racism and defending their talent and their crew and their cast members essentially behind these big budget projects, and that he would know how, given the online response to his first appearance in the Force Awakens trailer, which was only the beginning, and the abuse that Kelly Marie Tran had also suffered after The Last Jedi as well. Just not having the big studio by their side essentially was the issue with that. But seeing the improvement from, where we saw the sequel trilogy, for example, with John Boyega, seeing the uplift when it came to the Obi-Wan Kenobi show and Moses Ingram, and now with the Acolyte, where did the support go? Where did the improvement go? Is really the big wondering question. Considering that they took a step forward in that area with Moses Ingram for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, it's curious that they didn't do the same for the diverse cast that they had celebrated so publicly for the Acolyte. Whatever you may think of Amanda Steinberg's music video responding to the abuse that she had suffered online with the Acolyte, which was quite interesting, she did arguably wouldn't have had to do all of that in the first place if Disney maybe had come out strongly and defended their cast with an official statement as simple as that. There will be some who deny that this abuse ever happened, of course, and, well, okay, I don't know why you would take the time to deny it, but even though if an actor is claiming that they and their colleagues are getting the dogpiled on the internet with racism and BS, who are they contradicted to that? In the same interview, Forbes quoted an anonymous TV executive producer, just not confirmed to be a part of the, Disney or any studio in particular, explaining as to why studios like Disney sometimes take a hands-off approach to these matters, saying, in quote, "Particularly when it's a negative, toxic conversation, we don't even engage. Like with the toxic people, you try not to give it too much oxygen. We'll reply to comments that are positive and elevate those things." Ending the quote right there. And I think that is the response that Disney definitely has taken for the Acolyte, and just kind of with that thought process as well, not wanting to feed the fire essentially when it comes to the Acolyte. There's going to be those brainless toxic people when it comes to the Acolyte. You could say anything about it and they just go absolutely hog wild over it essentially. It's understandable of a reaction to have to just not engage and hope that the toxicity goes away, like ignoring a bratty child. However, it seems pretty clear and cut that this was not going away, and that the studios like Disney should be doing more to combat toxic online culture. Actors should not have to bear the brunt of this abuse and harassment alone, and the studios need to stand with them in a clearer and more obvious manner, even if it's a simple little statement as such, as I had mentioned. This real being said, guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been an official Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.